Unlock the secrets of professional photography by mastering the fundamental relationship between aperture, ISO, and shutter speed on your Nikon D850. These three settings, often called the exposure triangle, work together to determine how bright your image is and how it looks creatively. First, let's set your D850 to a manual shooting mode. Turn the mode dial on the top of your camera to 2M for manual. This gives you complete control to adjust aperture, which controls the size of the lens opening and thus depth of field. Press the A button on the back of your camera and rotate the rear command dial. A smaller number, like f28, means a wider opening, creating a shallow depth of field with a beautiful blurry background. A larger number, like f11, narrows the opening for a deeper depth of field, keeping more of your scene in focus. Next, ISO. This determines how sensitive your camera sensor is to light. To change ISO, press the I button on the back, navigate to the ISO setting using the multi-selector, and adjust it using the rear command dial. Low ISO values, like 100, produce cleaner images with less noise. Higher ISO values, like 3200 or more, are useful in low light but can introduce visible grain or noise. Finally, shutter speed. This is how long the camera's shutter stays open. Controlling motion blur. To adjust shutter speed, hold down the aperture control button near the shutter release and rotate the rear command dial. A fast shutter speed, like 1/1000th of a second, freezes motion. A slow shutter speed, like 1/30th of a second or longer, will blur moving subjects, creating artistic effects like silky water. Practice by experimenting with these settings. If your image is too dark, you can either open up the aperture lower number, increase the ISO, or slow down the shutter speed. The opposite adjustments will make your image brighter. Mastering the exposure triangle on your Nikon D850 is your pathway to stunning, creative control.